Geraldo Rivera. So, you know, we were talking about the Me Too movement and everything. I mean, you got a couple of skeletons in your closet, too, which...
You think? Am I alone at this table, Joe?
Well, I'm going to give you a chance to clear it up because Bette Midler told Barbara Walters in 1991 that you groped her before an interview back in the 70s. So this is ancient history, but you're here, so I wanted to give you a chance to give your version, because that did go viral sort of in those days.
It certainly did, and it came right in the midst of the hysteria. Matt Lauer and everything else was happening in November of last year.
Yeah.
And again, I say...
It's not really hysteria, though.
There was... I think when you see how that thing spread, if you believe all of those charges are true, and that nobody was evening old scores or getting back at bad bosses, then I think, Sonny, you're more naive than I know you really are. I think that...
I think it's a movement and not hysteria.
There is a movement. I grant...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
There is a movement, and an important hysterical moment has also happened, but let me go back to specifically me and Bette Midler. Bette did that interview in 1991,
right,
which is 19 years after we were together, 18 years after Bette and I were together in 1973. So she never said anything about our relationship, and it was a consensual adult relationship that lasted for a considerable period of time. We traveled together, we went to the Friars Roast together. I mean, to portray it as me going in an interview and groping her was absolutely false. But what happened is, in 1991, I wrote a tell-all autobiography in which I told the story of not only Bette, but many other women I had been with. To my shame, to my eternal regret. It's the worst thing that ever happened to me, that I self-inflicted injury in my entire flamboyant career. Writing the book. And I apologized afterward for writing the book. That interview where she made that allegation came as a result of what I wrote about her. 27 years after that interview, it has come back, and how much do I have to pay for writing that book 27 years ago?
You should take a page from your friend Donald Trump. Just deny, deny, deny.
But I also want to say about the president, I believe the president is a good-hearted person. I don't believe the president is a racist. I don't believe the president wants the worst for the country. I think that he's a conservative, a lot, and Megyn, if you examine his policies...
He's conservative
now, agreed.
Right.
His policies aren't that divergent from many mainstream Republicans. His language, however, is inflammatory. I told him when we had dinner at Mar-a-Lago a month ago that, you know, why aren't there more black people around here? I want him to be more diverse.
You might be able to influence him. That would be good.
But that's my...
But he's in chaos all the time. Doesn't that bother you?
He's not in chaos.
No?
I don't think...
But I have to push back on that, because he just ousted his 8th official. You paid a trip to the White House to visit Ivanka and Jared, and you posted this tweet saying they work in a nest of snitches, vipers, and rats, a.k.a. the West Wing. What made you say that?
I believe it to be true, particularly under the Steve Bannon regime, where they would have intimate meetings, have strategy sessions, and the president next week is going to announce this and that. Bannon would leave the meeting immediately, get on the phone to his source at the Washington Post, the New York Times, whatever, say, I have come up with this new initiative. Next week, the president will be doing it at my direct... They are stinkers in that Oval Office. I think that they don't want the best for the president. Ivanka and Jared, just take these two people, young people working for no salary. They're worth $1 billion. They're worth $1 billion.
That breaks my heart.
But you think... But my point is, they're not going to steal chump change. You know, they're accusing Jared of finagling this real estate deal.
They're over their head, Geraldo.
But can I ask you a question? 8 people. There is a lot of turnover in the White House.
I disagree with that. There is a lot.
There's a lot of
You
turnover.
disagree that they're over their heads?
I disagree that they're over their heads.
What experience do they have? What experience does Jared Kushner have to solve the Middle East crisis?
I have covered the Middle East since the Yom Kippur War of 1973. I have watched every professional diplomat go in there and get chopped up, and the situation is worse down than it ever was.
And Jared's the answer, Geraldo?
I think that he is as qualified to have a dialogue as anybody else.
Ay, Dios mío, Geraldo, come on.
You know, okay, we have to go.
Come on.
We have to go. I just hope he doesn't have the dialogue in jail, because that could happen.
I would pick a lot of other people before them. I'll back Sonny up on this one.
Right.
I'd pick a lot of people before Jared to help fix what's going on in the Middle East.
Exactly.
A lot.
But the president has
thousands.
to trust. What about trust, though? What about trust? If people are stabbing the president in the back, why not have your son-in-law? You know, at least
Mostly
he's gonna be a
dictators
lawyer.
have their relatives working for them constantly. Come on. Anyway, we gotta go. You've been a very good, entertaining guest. And his book, The Geraldo Show, is available April 3rd, and our entire audience is going home with a copy. We'll be right back.